Well, hello again. Welcome back to Vlogmas. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. This is David. It's
the next day and we're wearing the exact same clothes.
Welcome to Vlogmas Day 18. If you're new here, my name is Lauren. Again, welcome to my channel. Please remember to hit like on this video and of course subscribe. It really helps my channel out. If you saw yesterday's video, you know that we are answering some of your pregnancy, labor, delivery, parenting questions, and we talk a lot. We don't just give one-word answers, so
unfortunately,
it's taken a while to get through these questions.
Sorry
so I thought let's break it up, and we'll split the questions into 2 days.
Reese is still here.
Yep, he's still here.
24 hours later, and here he is.
So, without further ado, let's continue on with these questions. I'm really enjoying answering them, actually. This is so fun.
Look how much you're talking. Look at that. We can't even get into the questions.
Okay. What parenting style are you thinking for baby C? Have you talked about that a lot? You've always talked about consistency. That's been a big thing in your life.
I think we said it. We talked about it in the last questions. Reward and praise.
Yes. Praise
and reward. More in that order. Praise and reward. I always found growing up that whenever I did something well, whether it was something I did well at school, in sports, in life in general, there was always a huge dose of praise and oftentimes reward for that kind of behavior. And I found as a kid, looking back, I would repeat that behavior knowing that I was going to get that praise, and growing up craving that praise from for doing a good job at just about anything. So I think with our baby, it'll be lots of praise and reward.
I want her to just grow up in a positive environment. Like I want us to, we're very positive people, and I want to raise our baby in like a positive way, and to, I don't know, to just be this optimistic and happy person. I want her to not be afraid to talk about her feelings. I want her not to be afraid to tell us what's going on. I just want, I don't know, maybe the whole parenting style thing is something that once you kind of figure out who your baby is and who you are as parents, you kind of felt like you kind of come up with some sort of style. So I don't know that I have like a full answer yet, but just when I think about the home that I want her to be raised in, I just want it to be, again, I think I said this yesterday, is like happy and loving and open, and I don't know, I just want her to know that she can do anything, and I want us to be there to support her, and I want her to be a good person, and I want to do what I can to raise her to be a good person.
You want to raise her to be a helper.
Yes.
To look out for others.
I want her to have all the confidence in the world.
Yeah. I
want her to know that she can do anything. And I want to let her be curious, and I want to, what am I trying to say here?
Encourage her to explore.
Yes, and encourage her curiosity.
Yeah.
I want her to ask questions. I want her to want to figure things out, and I want to help her get there, you know?
Yeah. I think you can look, there are so many opportunities for learning experiences at every point of the day. And do you remember Vancouver? Do you remember the homeless man?
Yes. Okay. David and I talk about this. This was like 5-6 years ago, and we still talk about this.
Yeah, so we were in Vancouver, and we were walking down West Georgia, I think it was.
Robson.
Whatever it was. We were downtown Vancouver, and there was a homeless man who was clearly intoxicated. And I'm not sure if there were mental health issues involved, but he was on the far side of the street, and we were on the other side of the street. And if you lived in Vancouver, you know that you see a lot of this. It's part of your everyday when you're walking downtown. And there was a man, I would put him somewhere in his mid to late 40s, and he had 2 young boys, which were obviously his sons. And he looked across the street and said, "Oh, guys, look at this. Look at this guy. Oh my God, he's falling all over the place. Look at that." And him and his 2 kids were all laughing at this guy. And as they passed by us, it was so upsetting because this was that teaching moment.
Yes.
This was that moment that this guy, he didn't even know that he had missed it.
To teach like empathy and compassion and
he walked right past it. He had that moment to say, hey guys, like, Dad, why is that guy stumbling down? Why is he talking? Why is he yelling at the sky? This was that chance to have a really cool teaching moment and teach compassion and empathy, and he missed it completely. And we talk about that moment all the time and how it was just a blink of an eye and then they were off doing other things and moved on with their life.
Yeah.
And they missed that moment. So we're going to do our best to identify those moments when they happen and use them as those teaching moments, those those big learning moments.
Yeah, that was, again, something that we still talk about.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Has there been anything about your pregnancy symptoms that has weirded David out?
My pregnancy symptoms.
Or maybe just like my pregnancy in general that has weirded you out?
I tease you all the time about the grunting and groaning. And if Lauren gets on a run-on, if she goes on a run-on sentence, she will be out of breath.
It's true.
Yeah, so the out of breath, that's been right since the beginning. You had that symptom right out of the gate, and it's carried right through your entire pregnancy.
Yeah.
This, you know, like early on, and when we lived in Edmonton, we lived in 3 floors.
Yeah.
So, you know, main floor is where you park, up to the 2nd floor is where the living room, dining room is, up to the 3rd floor for the bedrooms.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of going on. And now we live 2 flights up. It's a walk up.
Yeah.
So there's lots of heavy breathing.
I don't know that those things necessarily weird you out. I feel like when I think about things that maybe weird you out, it's probably how much more I talk about my body and in detail. Like David hears all about like, oh God, I gotta run to the bathroom, just had some vaginal discharge. Like, oh, I'm so constipated today. Like,
I don't know if any of it weirds me out, because that doesn't weird me out, because I know that that's expected. That stuff's coming. I love how open you are about it.
So like, I'm clearly, if I'm talking about it here.
Yeah.
But I'm very vocal and open about everything that is going on in my body.
Yeah.
Burping all the time. Who will most likely sleep through the 3 a.m. feedings? God, in all honesty, me.
Yeah.
David is the lightest sleeper ever, and I am the heaviest sleeper ever. So, I mean, baby is going to be right beside me, and they say that the cries, like, for a mom especially, like, wake you up. So that I'm banking on that. But you will definitely, every cry she makes, you will wake up, I think.
Well, if you don't wake up,
You'll wake me up.
well, we'll just take your boob out of your shirt and I'll latch her
You
on.
can feed her.
There isn't a bottle that's ready to go or anything. You'll wake up, what the heck? Like, shh, we got this.
I'm the best. I can sleep through it.
Yep.
Do you have a birth plan, or are you just going to let things go with the flow?
Birth plan. Get the hell out of here.
No, I think we do. Like,
Sure we do.
I have an idea of how I would like it to go, but I also know that anything can happen, and I really you just don't know what's going to happen. So, in my mind, I'd like to labor at home for as long as I can, go to the hospital, get that epidural in me, stat, and I'd love to have a vaginal birth. But so that's kind of, I'm not too picky about too many things, but those are kind of some things that I've got in my head that I would like. But again, at the end of the day, it's how do we get this baby out in a way that is safe for her? And I just want her to be healthy, and I want me to be healthy and safe, and that's what's most important. So if something happens and I have to shift gears or we have to switch something up, then we just have to go with it. But yeah, ideally I would love epidural, vaginal birth.
I come down on the side of everyone makes a plan. There's this old saying that every boxer, every UFC, every fighter goes into a fight with a plan, and then they get punched in the face and go, oh, what do we do now? So I think from the beginning you've had a great idea of how you want the birth to look, but I think it's important that you have also noticed that anything can change, and that punch, that unexpected punch, can come at any time, and plans will change.
Yeah, like she could get stuck, she could have a cord wrapped around her neck, we could, like, who knows, anything could happen.
Maybe you'll end up having a C-section and satisfying all of those people who have been pushing the C-section. Everyone's been pushing you on that.
Yeah, if it happens, it happens. What are you each most nervous about when becoming first-time parents? So for me, it sounds so silly, but I think the thing that I'm the most nervous about is just like, am I going to know what to do? Am I going to do a good job? Am I going to be a good parent? Like, I feel like I'm just going to be given this baby and it's like, you have to keep her alive. And I'll be like, okay, how? But everyone tells me, you know, maternal instinct kicks in. You just figure it out. So I'm really banking on that. But what about you?
What's the question again?
What are you most nervous about with becoming first-time parents?
The thing that's been on my mind the most is how COVID affects.
Yes.
We knew this going in. This is not a surprise to us. We decided to have a baby during a pandemic, and we knew that she was probably going to be born before a vaccine was widespread. Mm-hmm. So it's not like this is a surprise to us. I think the hardest thing will be how do we stay safe and also share her with the world. Yes,
that's a big thing we've been discussing. We've had lots of talks about how we feel about it, what we want to do, what we're comfortable with, what we're not comfortable with.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
Who is in your bubble?
Circle.
Who's in your circle? How do you decide that? How can you know that those people are being safe with other people, or do you just shut it all down and say, nope, no one's seeing this baby for the first 60 days. We are shutting it down. You know, like it's really hard. So, and any other parent who's, you know, who has kids, if you've got kids or if you've had a baby during the pandemic, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Yeah. That decision of what do we do now?
Yeah. So that's been a big thing, is just trying to do what we can to protect her and also share her, but I think COVID makes it.
I think our friends and family in our close circle are understanding enough that even if we did say 60 days, we're shutting it down, just the two of us, people would understand.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Yep, you know what? I get that.
Because everyone just wants her to be safe and healthy too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As much as they want to see her, they know that she's just this little innocent thing that doesn't have an immune system that just needs a little extra protection.
So that's top of mind right now.
What is your favorite and least favorite part of pregnancy? So as I said in yesterday's video, favorite part is definitely the kicks, feeling all her little movements inside of me. Least favorite part might be my pelvic pain right now. That has been very frustrating. Like, third trimester is when I started to really feel pregnant. And that's where all of the pain and uncomfortableness like kind of set in. But this, I call it my vagina pain, but it's essentially like pubic bone pain, like the fascia and the muscles are really tight, and then like pelvic pain from the muscles down there, like around ligaments and stuff. And so it's made walking and lifting my legs and moving very difficult. And so that's probably been my least favorite part, because I feel like it's stopped me from being able to do a lot of things. Like, it's going for walks now is so hard. Oh, also the peeing. Oh my God. Two things. Pelvic pain and the peeing. Like, I have to pee right now. Like, I always have to pee.
You've had to pee since we hit record.
Probably. But yeah, those two things, I think just because they limit what I can do, and I'm not used to not being able to do things. Like, my body has never been like this before, so, you know, you try to go for a walk, and if it's not the pelvic pain you're having, it's you have to pee. It's not that, it's the Braxton Hicks.
I think my least favorite part is listening to the projections of listening to other people project their experience or their opinions onto you. And what I mean by that is this is a common phrase that we have heard throughout Lauren's entire pregnancy.
Oh my gosh.
And I know you know exactly what I'm going to say here. Just you wait.
Oh my gosh.
Just you wait. And that can come in a whole bunch of different forms. So, oh yeah, you know, Lauren slept in today until 9 o'clock because she really needed it. Oh, well, just you wait until the baby's born. You won't be sleeping in again ever. Okay, well, thanks for that little dose of fear. We're really excited for that.
Yeah.
Just you wait until the crying comes. Just you wait until, and then finish that sentence with whatever you want. It's never a positive thing. It's always a negative thing.
That's been tough. And it always comes from a place of love and a place of, like, I just want to help you. I want to make sure you know what you're in for. But
That would be my advice to anyone who is speaking to someone who's about to have a baby and doesn't know well, you have an idea of what's coming, but you just haven't experienced it just yet. If you ever catch yourself saying the words, "just you wait," just stop right there.
Yeah.
Stop right there, take a moment and rephrase what you're about to say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? When I was pregnant, we were up 10 times a night feeding. Mm-hmm. That was my experience with a baby.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to make Lauren afraid or say, "well, just you wait, it's going to be a nightmare like you never believe." Holy God.
Yeah.
Just, if you ever find yourself saying those words, "just you wait," time out.
Yeah.
Pause, think it over, and then just readjust what you're about to say.
Yeah, I think that's
so
fair.
That's been my least favorite part.
Because you've dealt with it too.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Everyone projecting their experience with pregnancy onto you, and everyone has a different experience. Our experience will be way different than everybody else's, and there's a lot of ways it's going to be exactly the same. But
Totally.
But that's for us to figure out.
Yeah.
My favorite part of pregnancy is just watching your belly grow.
Oh yeah.
And watching you get ready to be this new mom and all of the learning and education that you've done to get ready for this. And I love watching all of the magic bean moments. Those are my absolute favorite moments. So for me, you get pregnant, you go 9 months, and then you have a baby. That's how it goes. But for Lauren, she watches everyone's blogs and reads everyone's blogs, watches everyone's blogs, reads everything about it. And like, what were those pills?
Evening primrose oil?
Evening primrose. Never heard of evening primrose oil in my life. But she is passionate about all of this stuff, so I've loved watching.
The cheese, the dates.
Oh, I love watching
bouncing on the ball, the curb walking.
Yeah, see, I never heard of any of this stuff before.
Yeah.
So watching you educate yourself on all this has just been really cool to watch.
Yeah. David, are you jealous that you can't be pregnant?
Nope. No.
He doesn't want to push a baby out.
Not even. Now, people say that women are a lot stronger than men because we go through childbirth. Listen, if I had the equipment, I still wouldn't want to do it. No.
Has anything really grossed you out, David?
No, I don't think so.
Yep.
Yeah, I could go without the term vaginal birth. That just doesn't
we say
roll
the word
off.
Vagina way too many times, even on these vlogs.
The word vaginal birth just sounds so like stop you in your tracks.
Yeah.
If we could go forward like just saying, "Oh, I would like to have a natural birth," but doesn't natural mean no drugs?
It's so tough. There's like unmedicated birth, unnatural birth, I don't know. I just say vaginal because it just feels the most politically correct, but it is weird to say. What are you most nervous about for labor, if anything? You can both answer. For me, it's the pain. I won't lie to you. I think I have a decent pain tolerance, but not anything crazy. So yeah, if I had to say, I'm just nervous for the pain because, again, another thing that people love to tell you is how painful labor is and how traumatic it is. And
just wait.
It's like period cramps times 1,000. Like, I know it's going to be painful.
Before, just you wait.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
So I would definitely say the pain is what I'm the most nervous for. And then also I just want her to be okay. So you have these fears of like, you just want everything to go smooth and you want her to come out and be this healthy little baby. So those are probably the two things that, for me, I would say. What about you?
I was going to say that, I'm nervous that we're not prepared, but I think we're as prepared as you can be. As you can be, especially with COVID and the circumstances that we're walking into the hospital with. Mm-hmm. You can only be so prepared, and I know that the nurses and the doctors there, they're going to help us.
Yes.
They do this all day, every day, and we're going to walk in and they're going to take us under their wing. So I would say that I'm nervous about that, but I know they're going to take care of us.
Advice for someone trying to conceive for a while, lifestyle, diet, etc. I got to say, I don't know that I feel like I should be answering this question because everybody is different. It depends on so many different things. getting pregnant depends on so many different things. So I would say if you're trying to conceive and if you're having any trouble or any issues, definitely reach out to your doctor, reach out to someone like a healthcare professional that you trust, and I'm sure that they can give you some tips and tricks. There's tons of like YouTube videos and stuff that I watched for tips and tricks, but again, you don't know how valid everything is. So I would definitely say reach out to a doctor, tell them that you're trying to conceive and you just want to know if there's anything that you should be doing, shouldn't be doing. We were very lucky. We got pregnant our first time trying, so I didn't necessarily do anything, but I'm sure that
I did.
I'm sure that if it had been, you know, months or years of trying, we would also have gone to a doctor and just talked to someone and gotten some more information.
Another thing that we said early on, before we decided to have a baby, was that you just don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
So if we don't get pregnant on the first try, we're not going to, our hopes and dreams aren't going to come crashing down. We're going to keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't happen the second or the third month or however many months it takes, however long it takes, there are so many different avenues that we can take. One of our friends adopted a baby boy from Haiti, and what a beautiful, amazing experience that has been for their family. So and we talked about all of that early on, that if we weren't able to conceive, there are so many other options and there are so many other kids out there that need a home, that need love, that if that's the way that we have to go, then that's the way that we have to go. They're going to be our baby, we're going to be their parents, and we're going to love them
no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So that was our attitude right out of the gate. Now again, we got pregnant first try, which is a huge blessing.
Yes.
But we were ready for every other step.
Yeah, but I can't imagine how hard it must be to try and to not be able to. So if that is your case, I definitely feel for you, and I hope that you can speak to someone and get some help to just figure out what's going on. But yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that, but
that's okay.
Yeah, but we were very lucky, so I don't really have any tips to give, just because we hadn't got to that point yet. But yeah, definitely I would say talk to a doctor, do some research. Yeah. And
to definitely not get down on yourself, because there could have been, if you don't get pregnant right away, oh, it's me, it's my body. I would, you know, what have I done in the past to my body that's not making this? It's all my fault. No, it's nobody's fault.
Yeah.
It's nobody's fault. This is just an obstacle that has been put in front of you.
Yeah.
And again, there are so many other ways of bringing a child into your life that I think if you go into it with an open mind of, we don't know if this is going to work, and if it doesn't, then we go to plan B and plan C and plan D and so on and so forth.
But that is all the questions.
That's it?
Which is good, because we're at like 25 minutes here.
Again?
Yeah, we talk a lot, David.
God.
So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, if there's any other questions that you have for us, you can always comment down below. We don't necessarily need to film another video, but I can always answer your questions. Follow us on Instagram. You can send us a message there if you have any questions for us. But yeah, we're getting so excited, and answering these questions just gets me even more excited to meet this little girl and to just get this next chapter of our lives started. Oh, you think you're
excited now? Just you wait.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Follow along on our journey, our Vlogmas fun, and we will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 19.
And I don't miss an opportunity to let you hear about it either.
Yeah, it's so true.
On the landing coming up behind me. Yeah, right there, Puff the Magic Dragon. And I just feel weird telling everyone. Oh, Lauren's gonna have a vaginal birth.
Where's the ring, David?
Is that my older cousin Marie?
No.
Because it sounds like something that she would say.
Or Mel, but it's not Mel either. Just many people want to know where the ring is. Christmas is coming.
You never know. Who's a good boy? Watch her try to get up. Watch this. Yeah.
This is so hard.
You can do it.